gang. We're glad you joined us today. We're going to talk a little bit about lower body stability. Tyler's going to walk us through a few things. Tyler, what do you got?
Yeah, so anything that we're doing athletically, we're definitely going to need to have a stable lower half. So we can go through all these exercises of working on rotation, working on the ability to turn in the golf swing, but none of that's going to matter too much unless we have a stable lower half in which to turn on. So I'm going to show you guys the tests that we do to check to see if we have that lower body stability, both in the left side and the right side, and then I'll walk you through a couple corrections that we can do to help alleviate some of those issues. His heels as close to his butt as he can, and then from here I will have him hold his arms up in the air and then clasp them together. From here, all I'm going to cue him to do is push through the floor and raise his hips up towards the ceiling. Go ahead, Marty. So Marty's doing an okay job. We see a little bit of shifting side to side. What that's showing me is that he has a little bit of instability, a little bit of inhibition. He's not able to signal to his glutes to fire. Go ahead, relax. Sorry, held him up there a little too long. But from here, right, I'm going to test now which side is it? Is his left side a little weaker or is it his right side? So what I'll do here, I'll have him initiate that position again. And then from here, I'm going to have him extend his right leg. So from here, I can see that, again, his hips do start to turn. So what that's showing me, go ahead, relax, is that his left glute is weak, right? It's not able to hold his hips into position. So now, again, we're going to test that same thing. Marty, go ahead, lift your hips up, and now I'm going to have you extend your left leg. So from here, he looks a little bit more stable, right? There's not that shift side to side. That right glute is definitely firing, is definitely strong enough to where I want it to be. Go ahead, relax, thank you. So for some of those people who don't have that ability to send that signal to their brain, or I'm sorry, to their glutes to fire, we are going to initiate that by using a mini. So from here, all we're going to do is the same thing as we did in the test, but now at the top here, I'm going to have Marty just gradually pull that band apart, and then as well on the same thing, he's going to control that band back on the middle. We're going to go for just 4 quick reps here. So again, raise your hips up for me. And now again, think of controlling, spread those knees out, right to there. Good, keep that core engaged. And now from here, pull that band. Think of controlling it on the way back in. A couple things I can ask the client, keep going there, Marty. A couple things we can ask is where they feel that, right? If sometimes they feel it in their hamstrings or in their lower back, that's cramping, right? Where we want this movement to be initiated through the glutes.
How fast should somebody go like this?
I usually like to use a 3-second count. So 3 seconds in, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Good, go ahead, relax. So once they've gotten to that progression and once they really have that feel in their glutes, we can move them up to their feet. I'll help you out here. From here, we're going to get into that athletic base position. And from here, all I'm going to do, I want him to keep his angles, right? So keep the bend in his hips, keep the bend in his knees, and he's really going to focus on slow, controlled drives to the left. He's going to take about 5 steps and then back this direction. A couple things I want to see here is that his knees don't come closer together, right? His knees stay above his feet. And then that band never really comes to slack. It's always going to be holding tension, keeping tension in those hips. How does that rock?
Feels good.
Right? So that's what we would call turning on the glutes and really helping kind of initiate that stability into the lower half.